Uncle Toby's oats with beta-glucan. Good for your heart. Unlike teaching your son to drive.
Perfect for those who prefer physical keys for texting and note-taking. A great blend of creativity and functionality for tech enthusiasts.
Coming up, it's Real Monsters, followed by Rugrats, only on Nick.
I swear I'm not crazy. There's a very good reason for this. Just give me a moment. Okay, I don't think it's worth trying to explain what's gonna happen here. You just have to see it to believe it. So I've got some wood chips here. Just a bunch of wood. And just watch this and prepare yourself because it's really freaky. Watch this square. Look at that! Gone! They're gone! Alright, I'm gonna show it again, which is just a little bit of a weird example, but here's a baseball, alright, and just watch. Gone! Gone! It went into the... Alright, I'm gonna do a couple tests now. I have this thing right here, and I'm just gonna go down and see it around.
Way back when I was just a little bitty boy, living in a box under the stairs in the corner of the basement of the house half a block down the street from Jerry's paint shop. You know, well, anyway, back then life was going swell and everything was just peachy! Except for, of course, the undeniable fact that every single morning, my mother would make me up a big old rice tortilla breakfast. Every single morning! Drive me crazy! I said to my mom,
toco yo. ¿Has venido a escuchar la orquesta del baile tocar música? Oh, disculpa, me toco yo. Creo que toco yo quiero escuchar. Trataré de guardar silencio. ¡Pato! Oh, quiero decir... Allí está Pato. Diga, te ves muy bien.
Ojo, algo no está bien. Las transmisiones en este canal han terminado debido a que se ha detectado equipo de cable no autorizado. Esto se considera piratería y es ilegal. Si cree que esto es un error, debe consultar el manual de su decodificador de televisión por cable. Sin embargo, si ha utilizado un decodificador de televisión por cable ilegal para acceder a este canal, debe desconectar inmediatamente el equipo de cable o estará sujeto a medidas legales. Por favor, adquiera un decodificador de televisión por cable legal si desea que su hijo continúe disfrutando de los programas de Discovery Kids. Ojo, algo no está bien. Las transmisiones en este canal han terminado debido a que se ha decodificador de televisión por cable ilegal. Para acceder a este canal, debe desconectar inmediatamente el equipo de cable o estará sujeto a medidas.
Because you can send away to get the world race ultimate treasure.
Hello, Pocoyo.
At this point, it's a fucking mystery. I will tell you that it was commissioned in Haiti. Something happened though. A girl got caught and the mother demanded to see one of the CEO orders. And I remember very vividly that she started screaming apparatus.
Oh, hey, cool juice. I see you're on voice chat.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember one
I bet you weren't really expecting to see
screaming when they played the game.
Not really, no.
Figures.
A couple who were found dead in their office.
I just want to say that I'm really
with the
sorry
iron
for
fear
what you're
scribbled
dealing
on
with. I mean, this
table.
condition that you have seems
and a few other
really,
things.
really serious.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's absolute hell. I mean, it's making things really hard to cope with now.
I get you, dude. I get you,
Sorry.
Like, it first started with these headaches.
All I know is
Normally
that
they stop after a day.
after they sold the
Over
game,
time, I just got even...
the board members
It's like I can't even function as well as I would. My parents are trying everything we could to make my condition get better, but I still feel the same way. I wanna hope things get better, but by the looks of how my situation is going, I don't know, man. I seriously don't know.
Wow, that must be awful. I'm just glad you told me.
It is, man. It really is. And this may not be the first time that I've been sick, as obviously I've been sick many times in the past, but I've never dealt with anything that was as bad as this.
Really, honestly, I really hope this whole situation ends well for you, man.
Me too, man.
Okay, this is just an assumption, but do you think that this condition you have might have something to do with that Discovery Kids thing?
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you. As much as unnerving as it was, I highly doubt that I could have had the power to put me in this sort of state.
I'm just making a theory here. Like, don't you think it's a bit off that just after a day you found footage of that disturbing, like, anti-piracy thing, you suddenly feel like this?
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think that...
Dude, are you okay? Oh my fucking god, holy shit! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Giving your dog pills doesn't have to be hard. Greenie's Pill Pockets treats. Pill time solved in a pinch.
Hello everyone. As most of you may know, I was one of the moderators of a Discord server called Operation LM, Lost Media. I felt the need to make this video because I just wanted to apologize for all the crazy stuff that went down on there recently. Operation LM, Lost Media, was meant to be a safe place for people who were fans of Lost Media, as well as to those who were hoping to find pieces of it one day. It was meant to be a server where if you saw new Lost Media being found, you can feel free to talk about it on a place where everyone pretty much has the same interests as you. So, witnessing that server, that was once a special haven for Lost Media enthusiasts, being completely torn apart, as well as ending on a horrifying note, is kinda heartbreaking. And in case you were wondering about the cool juice, well, I tried to contact him through DMs, but not once has he responded. So, I honestly don't know what has happened to him. But regardless, I seriously hope he's in a much better state now, and that he's getting the help he needs, because the fact that he hasn't responded to any of my DMs is worrying. Still though, if you were a member of Operation LM Lost Media, I just want to say that I'm really sorry for all the stuff that took place on the server the other day. And I hope you guys can at least manage to recover from witnessing the unexpected events that had unfolded. And even though it ended on a horrific note, thank you for sticking with us on Operation LM Lost Media.